In South Korea, century-old traditions operate right alongside modern infrastructure, and you can see that same overlap sitting quietly inside millions of kitchens. Take the raw ingredients for traditional radish kimchi. You have dense chunks of radish, crushed garlic, sharp ginger, sliced onions, and boiled shrimp, all mixed together and left sitting in a sealed bag in a warm room. Leaving raw produce out at room temperature for 8 hours is a terrible idea. The organic matter should quickly break down, attract pathogens, and rot. Instead, the result is a perfectly preserved, brightly colored dish that can last for months. Kimchi relies on a sequence of highly specific scientific triggers designed to domesticate microbes. Making this dish means running a precise biochemistry experiment on your kitchen counter. To understand how it works, we have to reverse engineer the process step by step. The first step is to take the diced raw radish, coated aggressively in salt, and let it sit undisturbed for 1 hour. This initial step ignores flavor entirely. It's a biological manipulation of the radish's internal water content through osmosis. Salt is highly hydrophilic. It loves water. As it coats the vegetable's exterior, it physically pulls water from inside the plant cells. As the cells lose their water volume, the radish tissue shrinks and sacks tightly together. This density is what creates the vegetable's signature snappy crunch. Meanwhile, that extracted water pools at the bottom of the bowl and mixes with the salt. This forms a natural brine, setting up a highly saline environment that spoilage microbes struggle to survive in. Salting is a structural engineering phase. The chef is prioritizing physical texture and environmental preparation long before they worry about the final taste. Next, the chef washes off the excess salt and mixes the vegetables with ingredients like plum syrup and a sticky rice paste. We perceive these ingredients as added sweetness and texture. At the microscopic level, they serve a completely different function. The skins of the raw vegetables and garlic naturally harbor microorganisms known as lactic acid bacteria, or LAB. The complex sugars inside the plum syrup and the starch from the rice paste act as high-octane fuel for these specific microbes, giving them the exact energy source they need to multiply. The chef is intentionally feeding an invisible workforce to trigger a massive population explosion. The most critical step follows immediately. The mixture is packed tightly into a bag or container, and the chef aggressively squeezes out every single pocket of air. This determines whether food rots or ferments. Lactic acid bacteria thrive in an anaerobic, oxygen-free environment. Rotting microbes require oxygen. Sealing the bag suffocates spoilage bacteria. Without competition, the LAB conquer the entire micro-ecosystem. Left in a warm room for 5 to 8 hours, the LAB consume the sugars and continuously excrete lactic acid. This acid sharply drops the mixture's pH, rendering the environment completely deadly to outside pathogens. It also creates kimchi's sharp signature sour tang. Simultaneously, enzymes produced during this process break down the proteins in the boiled shrimp, converting them into glutamic acid. This naturally produces a deep, savory umami flavor. Removing the air is a targeted biological strike. It dictates exactly which microbes survive to transform the food. The final human intervention happens once the scent tells the chef the perfect level of sourness has been reached. The kimchi is immediately moved into the refrigerator. The sudden drop in temperature acts as a biological pause button. It drastically slows down the bacteria, preventing them from producing more acid. This method of controlled decay is a shared thread across global fermented foods, driving the creation of everything from yogurt to pickled vegetables. Humans figured out how to safely domesticate microscopic life centuries before the invention of the microscope. The next time you eat kimchi, you're tasting a perfectly orchestrated microscopic ecosystem. It is raw food science happening right on your plate.